made you breakfast, fresh coffee and bagels too. A new day is waiting for us, we got lots of fun stuff to do.
A great big hello and welcome to each and every one of you. 'Tis the amazing gaming guy here, and this is my new Planet Coaster building series. And I know Mainstreet is something that a lot of other people have done. It's a very popular style to build in for theme parks, especially in Planet Coaster, because it is just so cool. It looks so nice, and it's so well known. It's that classic Disney World, Disneyland, just everywhere's got one. You see it in Paris, you see it in Florida, you see it in California. I don't know if they have it in the Asian Disney parks, do they? I think there's a Disney in Shanghai or Hong Kong or both. I don't know. Disney's all over the world, and most places have a Main Street, which is just this kind of almost colonial era American style that kind of lasts right up until, I don't know, the 30s, 40s, latest 50s. And sort of draws influences from all of those areas, because there's a bit of Art Deco in it, there's a bit of sort of colonial in it. It's a very, very mixed bag of styles, but it's a very, very cool style. I hope you agree with me when I say that. So I've already started some buildings here on the main street of my park, and I didn't want to show you me building them because if you guys watch other people who play Planet Coaster, you may have noticed that the two buildings that I've already built are very, very similar to buildings built in a tutorial series by the lovely delay designer. And that is because I followed her tutorials in building them, because I was like, I really want to build Mainstreet and I don't know how to do it. So I went through her tutorials, and they're fantastic tutorials, by the way. So you should definitely go check them out. I will link them in the description below. If you're thinking of trying this style, definitely follow her tutorials on how to do it, because she's taught me everything I know. Yeah, just take some inspiration from them, as I have. But that's why I didn't want to show my building process of them, because I've, essentially completely copied her by following her tutorials and learning while I do it. So I thought that would be an awful thing for me to do, to put that in my video and say, hey, yeah, I made this all by myself, because I'm so smart. I didn't. It's all delay designer's wonderful work. So thank you to her. Thank you. I don't know if she'll ever watch this. She probably won't, but thank you very much. So yeah, she taught me a lot of the tricks that I'm using here, such as how to build these really beautiful ornate windows. You start off by placing one of the regular windows from the sort of item selection, and then you can also put a doorway around it or behind it, because the doorways come with some very ornate details. And if you layer them with the windows, you can create some really amazing sort of window sills and window frames and sort of bevels around them. They look really, really nice, and they fit so well with this very ornate and grand sort of Main Street style, and of course window boxes as well. Lots of flowers, lots of colour. That's really what Main Street's about, and lots of details as well. So you can see I'm adding details upon details upon details, sort of wall trims and pillars, and sort of curbs and things. I think that really is the essence of the Main Street style. It is a very busy and a very intricate style, which is why it looks so lovely. And it's so sort of opulent and grand. you've just got to layer and layer and layer and layer, you know. So that's what I'm going to be doing all the way through this build. I'm just going to be grabbing sort of random different pieces and mushing them together and thinking, hey, that looks really good, I'm going to keep that, or getting rid of them because they don't look so great. And you're going to see me doing that quite a lot, just experimenting with all the different pieces I can find and seeing what I can make out of them. Seeing if I can make something that looks really cool, and if it doesn't look really cool, hopefully I'll notice that and get rid of it. And if I don't, then please do let me know in the comments, say, hey, what you did there, that doesn't look too great, get rid of it. And I might do so, unless I personally thought it looked really good, in which case I'll say, hey there you, Mr. Commenter, now you listen here. No, I don't think I would do that, actually. I think I'd try to be nice. I'd be diplomatic about it. I'll say, hey, opinions, I think it looks quite nice, okay? Thank you very much. Okay, back to the build. So yeah, I'm just adding more of these ornate windows at the top. I was trying to vary the style of them, the way they looked, by using different door frames. I generally went for the same window frames, just because this sort of type of window just works really well, and it's one of very few windows that works really well. It's sort of the perfect size and shape and look, so I'll be using that one type of window frame a lot, all the way through it. And I wanted to change up the colour scheme a little bit, so I changed the colour of the flags there to be a little bit less American and a little bit more generic. So this Main Street could be anywhere, even though it is a typically American style. But I just wanted to, you know, make it so it could have been a main street on any street. You know, it could be in Germany or the Netherlands or Britain. I don't know if these styles don't really exist in those countries, especially not in Britain. But I did want to make it generic, so it could be in any place, you know. But it is also very distinguishably a main street, if you know what I mean. And so I wanted to make this building have a special purpose as well, and I've tried to put that into all of these buildings, and I'm going to continue to try and put that into all the buildings. I really want them to have a purpose to the actual building itself, as well as the shops and toilets and things that I put inside the buildings. Because I want to suggest that these are real-world buildings with real-world uses that I've just stuck the shops and services inside of, sort of repurposing them. So this building that I'm building now, I thought it'd be really great if this were the sort of town hall clock tower sort of building. It's got a little bit of a Back to the Future kind of look to it anyway, if albeit a little bit more detailed. And so I thought this would be a really great thing to put into the town, and a really great purpose for the building. If it was, you know, the big town hall clock tower, it's kind of got more of a purpose than just the shops that I've put in it. So yeah, I'm going to be trying doing that with all my buildings. And I also went over to this other building here, just edited the side slightly just so there weren't big gaps, because obviously all of these buildings are just facades, and that's what they are, you know, in Disney and other theme parks as well. The buildings that you see are more often than not just a frontage, and you won't actually see the behind and backs of the buildings because there really isn't anything there. It's all about saving costs and trying to make it look magical and wonderful, while also saving the dollars. And so I'm going to be employing that all the way through this as well. I'm going to be making these really cool opulent frontage areas for these buildings, and then not really doing much for the back. I'm going to be filling them out and putting stuff in them, but the backs won't be all cool and pretty and stuff like the front, because I want to make it realistic. You know, at the end of the day, that's kind of the purpose. If it doesn't exist in real life or can't exist in real life, I'm not such a fan of making it. sort of fantastical ideas have their place, but my personal preference is that I want to make it look like it could exist in the real world. So now that I've finished the town hall, the clock tower, I've decided I wanted to build a nice little sort of plaza and sort of pond area out the front, and also to put some more details into the path around here, just to start to bring the area together a little bit, start to give you a better idea of how it should all look. I don't want it to be too blank and bare. So I've gone around and I've put in some rocks into these spaces where the path doesn't quite meet, because it's quite difficult to make sort of large plazas and things with the paths. You can do most of it, you can get the widest paths and you can kind of sort of stick them together and stitch them together, but they never completely make sort of a nice flowing plaza area, unless you use the grid select, where you make sort of square areas, but they don't look so great. The corners and stuff, no, don't like them. I did that a little bit over in the Japanese area, and I do sort of regret it. If I could go back and change it right now, I would, but it would be a little bit too much work. Maybe a little bit too much for me, a bit more than it's worth at this point in time, but I might go back and change it later. And I also wanted to put some shop signage and stuff around here. Again, just because I want them to look like they exist in a theme park, and these areas, they would have like signs and things to say what the shops are, because they want to entice the visitors to come in and, you know, this is a hot dog shop, this is a burger shop, get your balloons here, you know. Yeah, I wanted to put that sort of real world purpose in as well. And between here, I wanted to put some nice little sort of bunting flags, just to make the area look sort of fun and happy. And you'll notice I've put palm trees all around here, and I'm actually going to change them up in a little bit. I don't know if I do it on camera or not, but they will get changed up at some point, because I sort of thought about it, because my initial idea for this place was to make a sort of Hollywood area, so these buildings would all be part of a sort of Hollywood set, but I started to abandon that idea as I was going through it, so I changed up the trees from sort of Hollywood palms to sort of more regular trees, some nice tall sort of yellow trees and green trees, but hopefully they don't impose on the landscape too much. I try to pick sort of tall, narrow, straight trees rather than big bushy trees, so you can still see the buildings, you know. So yeah, I've come over here and I've started to build the lake. I terraformed it, of course, and then put down some sand and some water and some stones around the edge and the outside, and I'm now going around and putting in some sort of fences and things made from the stone. I think these are actually window decorations. I think that's what menu this comes from. Please explain to me how this is a window decoration. I don't know. It doesn't fit any of the windows, so I've got no idea. That should really be in like a fences section or something, I think. Which they may or may not have just added, actually. I know that they've just done the spring update at the time of recording this narration, and I haven't yet been able to jump into it and check out the new fences and stuff, but I think they have a whole bunch of new ones, so that's pretty exciting, and I will be having a look at them very soon. Here I am talking about how exciting fences are. Oh god, what a sad. Anyway, moving on. I just tried to make this sort of an organic looking area with the fences going around the side of the pond, but not sticking too close to it. I wanted it to look like a little garden, but a garden that's been very carefully maintained, with a little jetty and lots and lots of nice colourful plants, of course, as well, dotted around the sides and the edges. Just to make this a nice little pretty area. And also, as you see, that little spiral out of the purple plants, I thought that was lovely. just to add a little bit more decoration. I've done that a lot before in other videos, and I'm definitely going to be doing it a lot in this series, making sort of shapes and patterns out of the foliage. I'm really looking forward to trying to do a little bit more of that. And then I've just finished this area by going around putting in some lamp posts on all of the or some of the corner pieces, and then putting some nice banners and flags onto the lamp posts themselves. And yeah, we're just heading towards the end of the video now, so I wanted to thank you guys for watching, for coming back. I'm sorry that it's been a little bit of a break since the last time I made a video. I actually recorded a bunch of these videos about 3 weeks ago when I finished the Japanese series, and I just suddenly got really busy with work and other things in my life outside of this, and I just couldn't get these videos finished and released. But now I've got a tiny little bit of time to make some of these videos, to get them released, get them ready. So at the time of recording this narration, I actually have 3.5 videos worth of footage recorded, so I should be able to get these out regularly each week for you guys to look at and enjoy. And I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to get back into Minecraft and do some more of that as well. I really want to carry on with the Mayan city that we started a few months ago. It's just trying to organise that with Joe, getting both of our timetables aligned. Fingers crossed I'll get that done. So yeah, guys, if you've liked the start of this brand new series and you are looking forward to more of it, then please give this video a like, comment and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.
I am going nowhere. I am staying here. Misty eyes, you are my happy ending. I apologize for